Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rants show. In my most recent video, I talked about finances. And it got me thinking. And I want to say first and foremost, I am not a financial planner. Everything that you hear is just speculation. Okay, I'm not telling you to do one thing or the other, but I just wanted to talk about my own thoughts when it comes to finances. And this might be a more Well, this might be a better, or not a better. What the fuck am I saying? This might be like a new type of video that I make talking about finances. It's not going to be a new dedicated channel or a new dedicated series, but just kind of like a mini series, like an Epstein mini series. That's what we're looking at. Anyway, today's is about silver. Silver, not gold, just silver. Now, silver is special because silver is kind of like a hot topic right now. Silver's been going up, it's been going down, it's been going up again, and people are worried about the economy as a whole. And the price of silver reflects that. Now, me personally, I do own some silver, but I don't know if I would recommend buying right now. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever you want. But me personally, I believe that it is a little high right now. A little high right now. Now, in general, I don't believe that buying silver is a bad thing. Like I said, I own some myself, but I bought it at the right time. I bought it when it was cheap. I would never buy it when it's expensive, okay? Because the thing is that if you're buying it for long term, sure, whatever. It's like $70 an ounce right now at the time of me recording this. It might be worth 200 someday. But in general, the stock market is better for me. And the reason I say that is because silver doesn't have compound interest. It doesn't have dividends. It doesn't have any of that stuff. You buy 10 ounces, 100 years from now, it's still 10 ounces. Does that make sense? Whereas with the stock market, you put in $100, it's significantly more than $100. It compounds, the dividends get added to the basis. Everything just compiles together over the course of your life. And so that's the one thing. Also, another thing, just looking at history. I know with gold specifically, there was some ruckus in the 70s where the price of gold went up. Went up by quite a bit compared to how it was before in like the 60s and early 70s. But it went up quite a bit. And people bought. People thought, okay, well, the dollar's losing its value, so I'm going to buy gold, even though it's wildly overpriced right now. Well, then the price went down. And it didn't reach that same level for like 10 years. So that's just 10 years of just loss until eventually it reached the point where it got back to the price that you paid for it. Now, yes, if you bought gold in the 70s compared to now, you made off. You made a lot of money. But that's also a 50-year time horizon. 50 years. That's a long time, ladies and gentlemen. It's a long time. 50 years in the stock market would have produced infinitely better results than, 50 years of gold. Obviously, it depends on how much gold you bought, but in general, for the average investor, because I'm assuming most of you don't have, a couple million you can drop on silver and gold. But the stock market is more attainable for the average person. Now, yes, I know it's wildly inflated right now with AI and tech, but I have faith that the stock market will be higher 50 years from now than it is now. Does that make sense? And in the unlikely scenario where an asteroid hits the Earth and it's entirely comprised of gold, what's going to happen to the price of gold? What's going to happen to the price of silver? And another thing that I want to talk about silver, because this video is about silver and I'm talking about everything but silver. I, once again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would say in general, you should buy silver over gold. First of all, it's cheaper than gold, meaning you can buy, you can buy more of it technically because you don't have to save up for an ounce of gold. You can just buy an ounce of silver at a time. So it's more attainable for the average person. Also, from what I understand, silver is used more commonly in like electrical components, which is what like the main driving force is. Gold is pretty, you can make jewelry out of it, but if we run out of silver, we run out of tech, and the price of silver is going to skyrocket. So keep that in mind. You know, silver is used in a lot more applications than gold is. Gold is mostly just jewelry, some tech, but mostly like, looks. Whereas silver is more industrial, which is a good thing. You want your investment to be useful. You know, people don't buy the shitty Lego sets. People don't buy the Pokemon cards that no one likes. Does that make sense? It's got to be rare and it's got to be valuable. That's what makes a good investment. So think on that. You know, just keep an eye out for silver if you are interested in buying. I wouldn't buy it now. You do whatever you want. But me personally, I wouldn't buy it now. I would just wait things out. Maybe, a couple months from now, you're going to be playing this back and this is all going to sound terrible because the price of silver is like $5,000 an ounce. And I'm the one telling you not to buy it when it's at 70. But I'm not buying any. So we can both be idiots together. We can both be idiots together. So I appreciate you listening to this. And I will see you tomorrow.